Hello and welcome back to the Squirrel Heed YouTube channel, and we've obviously now had the end of the quarter-final run for Euro 2016, and we are moving on to the semi-finals, and I'll quickly run through each game as follows. So first off, obviously we had Poland v Portugal, which went all the way through to extra time. It was 1-1 in the game. We obviously had Lewandowski scoring a goal pretty damn early on as well. 2 minutes into the game, and it looks like Poland are going to kick on it and really kick into gear, and Lewandowski's going to score boatloads of goals, and it didn't happen whatsoever at all. Portugal come back into it from the wonder kid, that Renato Sanchez, who came back in with a deflected shot that went in, and it went all the way 90 minutes, right the way through to the rest of extra time as well, and it went to penalties, and at the end of it all, Portugal go through 5-3 on penalties, I believe it is. Was it deserved? It could have honestly swung either way. Apart from the two goals that obviously happened, it was not the most entertaining match of all time. Could have, Ronaldo looked like he was getting very, very frustrated. There wasn't very much supply for Poland either. Apart from that first goal, they didn't seem to think that really clicked together. Let's go and do that. They didn't really just think, right, we'll cross the ball in, do little awkward things like that to unsettle the defence. It didn't really happen for them, and it's unfortunate for those guys. But Portugal are through, and they were the first ones through to the semi-finals. Setting up an interesting semi-final is Wales, having gone through, beating Belgium, and not just beating Belgium, they beat Belgium, if you know what I mean. I didn't think that Wales were going to be able to do or dominate how they did to Belgium. Belgium were coming in looking very, very strong, looking like they were starting to click into gear, really understand each other and how they were each meant to play. And it looked like that's how it was going to continue when Nainggolan just scores this peach of a 30-yard screamer right into the top near corner. And you're just looking at it like, okay, this looks like this is looking very good for Belgium. But then since that goal, Belgium didn't look right. Wales just looked like, it kind of looked like what we did to Iceland. We score very early on, and it just looks like it looks like it pissed them off more than it did anything else, and Wales just kept on going for it. Ashley Williams gets on the end of a cross, bang, nods it in, 1-1, and that's how it stood right up until half time. And then obviously second half comes out, and you have Robson Kanu take a bow, man. A man who apparently does not have a club at the moment, was playing in the championship and doesn't currently have a club. I think he'll have a club after this one, because he pulled off a beautiful, beautiful turn in the box, past three defenders, puts it past the goalkeeper, 2-1, unbelievable scenes. And you're looking at it thinking, okay, England have gone out, yes, they are our home nation, but you got to applaud what Wales have done so far. Yes, they have the star player, like Portugal do. They obviously have Ronaldo. Wales have Gareth Bale, but what I've said, I think, in previous matches, is Wales have such a big team spirit all together. They have such a big team spirit, and they do have other quality in other areas. Ashley Williams, solid defender. Joe Allen, Ramsey, Ledley in the midfield, working very solidly and working together for each other. Gareth Bale, you don't need to talk about his qualities because we all know what they are. But then you've got to look at the forwards as well, that we kind of, and I think even myself, I turned around and said I didn't really know a great deal about these forwards, and they haven't played in the top divisions, but it didn't really matter, did it? Because obviously Vokes got in on the action as well on the 85th or 86th minute. What can you say? 3-1. Most people were predicting the other way around, 3-1. But 3-1, domination, Belgium are going to have to take a serious look at themselves, and so are the FIFA rankings actually, because Belgium were ranked number 2 or number 1 in the world or something like that. And I'm not entirely sure why. Apparently it's something about how the teams that you play and what you win, how you've won, how many goals you've scored or something like that. Anyway, seems crazy when you've got you got a team like Wales that have done so well. Credit to Wales. I seriously hope that they go all the way. Now, I really do. I hope they at least get to the final, if not win it, depending on who they come up against. Now, obviously, this sets it up for what we've been waiting for, is Bale versus Ronaldo, and I think Bale's going to steamroll it. This has actually turned into a bit of a prediction video as well. So yeah, I'm going to do some predictions. Fuck it, let's do some predictions. I think Bale and co are going to beat Portugal now. I don't know if it's going to be very easy. I don't think it's going to be easy at all, really. But you're looking at how Wales have played. They played so well as a team. Portugal haven't played that well as a team. They haven't actually. They haven't won a game in 90 minutes yet, and that's something that obviously Wales can probably exploit. Now, obviously, they're going to be missing a couple of players. I think they're missing Ben Davies, and they're also going to be missing Aaron Ramsey. But the way that they've been playing, I've seen no reason why that team spirit won't continue, especially with Chris Coleman as their manager and the amount of quality that they have all over the rest of the pitch. I say quality. The amount of team spirit they've got throughout their entire team, the dressing room, the subs bench. I think that this will come down to a 2-0 victory to Wales, only because I just don't see Portugal clicking it together as a team. They just don't. And that is honestly no disrespect to the likes of Ronaldo and that, but I just don't see them doing anywhere near like what Wales can do as a team. Moving on to Germany versus Italy, which had the most bizarre set of circumstances behind it in terms of the penalties, and I've rewatched those penalties and I do not know what to say. You got Mesut Ozil that scores a goal in normal time, 65th minute, slots it home, and then you've got Bonucci scores a penalty, and it was a really good penalty actually, right into the side netting on the right hand side. Neuer couldn't get to it, which was weird actually when you think about the penalty shootout. Penalty shootout was just, people have given it enough time as it is already. I'm not going to give it much more time, but what the hell? What the hell? It's like you've got one of the Italian players, can't remember his name, but it doesn't really matter anymore, who does like a chicken run sort of thing, or like pigeon, like whatever it was, right up until the penalty spot. It took like an eternity to get to the ball, and I don't know why. It just looked like he was taking the piss. Didn't look like, oh, this could get us to the semi-final. It actually looked like, oh, this is just training. Yeah, oh, I'll just have a bit of a joke here. Yeah, I'll get it in past one of the number one goalkeepers of all in modern history. Come on, I mean, they had a real chance to go for it and be that team that was going to go through with a very solid defence and quite good going forward, but they blew it. And it was mainly actually down to those two, I would say, down to the two penalties. Graziano Pell as well. You're trying to out-psych probably one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in the entire world. You're trying to psych him out. It didn't work for you because you dragged that fucking thing wide. So that's it. Italy go home, Germany go through. And then onto this evening's action, which we've just witnessed. 5-2 France versus Iceland. What can you say? I actually think Iceland put up more of a fight than England would have. I think that would have been a 5-0, judging on the performances that England had if we'd have gone through. Iceland, credit to them, they just didn't have the quality to quite match up with France. 5-2 doesn't look too bad really for Iceland, I will say. The fact that they got 2 goals is a credit to Iceland, I would say. They just didn't give up, even though it was quite clear there was a big gulf in class between the two sides. They didn't fold, they didn't give up, which is exactly the complete opposite of what England would have done. They would have folded quicker than a Quavers packet in the wind. France looked clinical. They looked clinical from the outset. It looked obvious what they were going to do is flood that midfield and try as they could to get balls up to the forward. Which is exactly what they did. Giroud and Griezmann both scoring, Giroud getting 2, and Pogba and Payet getting on the score sheet as well. It looked like a very good performance. Obviously, do remember that who France were coming up against, but you can only beat what's put in front of you, and what was put in front of you would have been a very determined Iceland side who scored 2 goals themselves. It was a very dominant performance by France, who now meet Germany in the other side of the semi-finals. Who do I think is going to win this one? So difficult. So difficult. Because what do you choose it on? Germany have been outstandingly efficient in their work up until the Italy game. Italy are a very stubborn team to beat, no doubt. They've been very, very solid, very hard to break down, as Germany found out, and it went all the way to penalties. France, on the other hand, France are starting to show that they've got the quality going forward. Do they have it, at the back though? Like, because they still, while Iceland weren't the best team to come up against, they still conceded 2 goals tonight, even though obviously they were well out in front by the time they scored their goals and it finished in 5-2. You've got to, looking on the run of things and how solid Germany are and how consistent they've been in the tournament, I am going to have to go with a Germany win, and I think it'll be a 2-1 victory for Germany. This, don't get me wrong, and really don't quote me on it, I'm not that confident in making the prediction, as you can probably tell. It could go either way. It depends on which team turns up for both sides. If you get the Germany that was playing before the Italy game and they turn their dominance into goals and stuff like that, Germany could very well run away with it, maybe 2-0, something like that. If France turn up and play anything like the quality they did tonight, except against a much better team, France could also win it. I'm not saying either team can't. This is what happens when you get the two big dogs of the tournament coming together in the semi-final. People would have probably loved this as a final, never mind as a semi-final. And then obviously they will then go on to face my predicted winner of the other side, which would be to go and face Wales. So what I'm predicting is I am predicting that we're going to see a Germany versus Wales final, which probably sounds ridiculous to some people, but a lot of this tournament has been ridiculous. So let's just accept what's going to happen. That's what that's what I think will happen. You let me know what you think's going to happen. Am I talking a load of shite? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch you later.